people! I'm Smoody. It seems like everyone has one of those kids in class, the ones you don't know what to expect from. Of course, without them, life at school would be a lot more boring. But they do cause a lot of drama. And honestly, their antics usually end up affecting them more than anyone else. How do I know this? Well, in my class, I'm that kid. It's not that I don't like being that one, but sometimes things get a little out of hand. My first prank happened completely by accident. It all started back in first grade, when I was a really weird kid. Well, not much has changed. One morning, on the way to school, I was dragging myself along, eyes barely open. When I was almost at school, I gathered all the strength an 8-year-old could muster and opened my eyes. When I did, I saw a beautiful, fluffy cat. I started petting him. I was so sad that I had to go off to school while he had to sit there all alone. So, being the silly kid I was, I had an awesome idea. I'd leave my textbooks in the bushes so I could put the cat in the backpack instead. I was afraid that someone would catch me, that I would be punished, and that the poor cat would get thrown back out on the street. So I tried my best not to attract attention. Smoody, did you do your science homework for today? Crap, 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 she knows something's up. If you tell anyone, I'll find you. Actually, we sit at the same desk. That makes it even easier to do. But when class started, it got harder to hide the cat.
Smoody, where are your books?
I forgot them at home. Yeah, so,
This is the third time in a row you've forgotten your books. If you forgot them, why do you have such a big backpack?
It's not that big. Meow. Yeah, he meowed, of course, right when the teacher was hovering over me.
Open it.
As soon as she started to stick her nose in my backpack, my new friend jumps out of it, then starts running around the classroom terrified, jumps on top of the supply closet and starts meowing from up there.
Is this your cat?
Yes. And then the principal called my mom and dad because I never came clean about him being a stray, so it was the most awkward situation I've ever been in.
I feel like I would have remembered if we had a cat.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But now I do have a cat. We named him Boris. Now, not all of my pranks happened accidentally. I still regret one of them. Let me tell you, there aren't many good-looking guys in my class, but there is one that's cooler than all the guys in 10 classes combined. Matt, the tallest guy in school, with amazing curly hair. I just used to stare at him every day during class. Just stare and stare and stare and stare and stare. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So there's a real monster in our class, too. The uncontrollable Gwendolyn. This girl has been ruining everyone's life since elementary school. And one day, when she poured a glass of juice over my desk partner Abby's head, we couldn't take it anymore and decided that justice needed to be served. Abby and I were supposed to stay after school together to decorate the classroom for our annual school fair. So we took the box of chalk that usually sat up on the high shelf, then we tore the bottom of it, crushed the chalk into the powder, put the box back on the shelf, and then put the powder inside the box. That way, the next person who went to get it off the shelf would get covered in all the chalk powder that would fall through the bottom of the box. The plan was perfectly thought out. Gwendolyn was supposed to be at school the next day. And since she's the tallest person in the class, that meant she'd have to get the chalk when the teacher needed it. The next morning, Abby and I got to class earlier than usual to wait for the show to start. But when the bell rang for class, Gwendolyn still hadn't shown up. So then the teacher asks my Maddie to bring him the chalk from the box that we had rigged. Because after Gwendolyn, he was the tallest kid in class. It was the worst 10 seconds of my life. I squeezed my eyes shut, and when I opened them, I saw Matt completely covered in chalk dust with that stupid box in his hands.
Who was decorating the classroom yesterday?
The entire class turned and looked at me. and my entire future with Matt disappeared before my eyes. Our first date, our little garden full of flowers, our house on the beach, our corgi who we'd take for a walk in the evenings, everything down the drain. So Abby and I had to spend 2 whole hours cleaning the floor after school. If you want to know how the story with Matt ended, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make a video about it. Speaking of Abby, as you can tell, we've been friends since elementary school, and I know for a fact that she's pretty much never taken notes in class. So, at the end of the year, when our history teacher decided to check our notes by calling us up to his desk one at a time, Abby started to panic.
Smoody, I don't have any notes. What, again? I'm not giving you my... Please, 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 please. My last name comes before yours on the list. He won't even get to you today. He'll kill me if you don't help.
I felt bad about not giving her my notebook, but I was so sick of her begging for my notes all the time that I decided it was better not to let anyone get them. So I drew the history teacher's face, huge, like half the page. Do you still want them?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll take them.
So I finished drawing his horns, his tongue sticking out. It took up the whole page. And now? I was positive she didn't have the nerve to take them, not after I had ruined them. But when the teacher called her name, she snatched my notebook and ran up to the desk.
All right, so everything seems to be good here. Wait, what's this? Beetle with horns? Huh, I've never seen a bug like that before. It's a nerd beetle!
Oh, I forgot about that.
She wrote it!
As you can probably tell by now, I make regular appearances in the principal's office. And these aren't even all my prank stories. I'll put more of them up on my channel soon. So make sure you subscribe, click on the bell, and like this video. Bye, everyone. See you soon.